Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at all the ships in OPTC and putting them on a bit of a tier list for you guys to sort of narrow down what ships are worth buying, what ships are worth picking up, and taking a look at some of the mods and upgrades that some of the older ships got with the new ship limit break or the level up ship modifications, whatever you guys want to call it. So in today's video, we're going to break them all down. I'm going to sort of put them on a tier list for you guys, so you guys understand what ships, like I said, that are worth picking up, what forests are worth doing to pick up these ships, and what ships you should be spending your cola and super cola on. But I do want to say to preface before this video begins, I don't think any ship is worth leveling up unless you need it for some particular piece of content. For myself, I unlocked the Revolutionary Army Blackbirds, the Crows, and the reason I did that was because of Super Boss Kazuna. I actually got a lot more damage output with that particular ship, and it was very viable for me and my alliance to actually rank a little bit higher and just beat bosses quicker. So that's the ship that I did, but the reason I did it was because of the anniversary characters. If you guys just decide to do a ship, I'm not going to hold it against you, because some of these ships do some really, really cool things. Plus, if you unlock a ship, you can actually use your free roll every single day. So there's also that. However, like I said, none of these ships warrant any level up right at this moment. There are some really cool ones, and we'll break them down today, but if you guys want to do some, hopefully this video helps. If you guys haven't picked up some ships from the event island where you have to spend 30 gems to unlock it, then this video might help you out too. But if it does, make sure to belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. With that said, let's dive in. Let's take a look at the ships, because there's a lot to talk about today. Alright, okay, so big shout out to the tier list maker. I'll leave a link in the description, as well as the OPTC database for the images provided. So the top tier is the must buy tier. This is basically just breaking down the ships that are available in the game right now, and which ones are must buys from the event island. You can pick them up for 30 gems, or we'll put this must farm, like, so you get them from either the Rayleigh's Bazaar, or you get them for doing forest. So another way of getting the ships. Incredible mods. This is the ones that are going to have, like, once you get to level 12, are worth actually rolling for. Then we've got powerful. These ships are very, very good. Not the top of the top, but like they are still very, very, very good. These are the ones that don't have mods, that are just sort of very strong. Amazing level 12s. This is where they get a buff at level 12 before the mods. Useful, and then Dookie. So as you can see, I have all of the ships on here, and then I also have like a separate one for the modifications, because we will separate them. So starting off with the Dinghy, boost HP by 1.3. It's trash. Like it's just trash. You don't worry about this. The Merry Go, you get it at the very start. It's trash too. Like, there's nothing really good about it. The Marine ship is actually useful. So this ship can see play if you need more HP in Treasure Map, but it's more of an endgame thing, so it's fairly useful. As for the Bariate, it's dookie. You ain't never going to use that. The Coffin ship, it's okay. Honestly, they're just better slasher ships. It's very easy to attain though, so like it's quite nice. I'll put it in useful for now, because you do get a monstrous HP pool. Like 1.5 times HP is crazy. The Miss Love Duck, it's kind of crappy. It's nice that they gave strikers a ship, but like it's kind of whatever. You reduce damage by 10%, but it's kind of sucky. The Flying Mary, it's trash. The Moby Dick, it's quite useful because of the amount of HP that you can get. 1.4, but obviously you lose 50% at the start of the fight. It's very useful for characters that need to be at low HP though, so that's something. The Big Top, it has HP of 1.4. It's made for buggy. It's dookie. You're never gonna use it. The Black Cat also sucks. This bicycle can be quite useful if you need to reduce the amount of recovery orbs that appear. It works well for like super tandem characters, but that's literally about it. The Striker ship, it can be good for shooters because it gives cooldowns. But look, there's just a better ship that we'll talk about later. The 1000 Sunny, it's okay. I don't think it's powerful, but honestly, I don't even think it's that useful. It's a ship you want to pick up early and sort of just use through the game. It's got an interesting special where it does fixed damage, which is quite nice. The Dreadnought Saber, it's quite useful for getting around end of turn damage. For getting around resilience with its end of turn damage. That's quite nice. You can use the Kuja Pirate ship for zombie strats. That's kind of cool. The Arc Maxim it's dookie. You're never going to use it. Same with the Red Force. It's it's really not a ship that you're ever going to see too much play because there are other better cerebral ships. As for the Sun Pirate ship, it's also very good for zombie strats. The Doflamingo ship's actually fairly powerful. Even without its mods, it's actually very, very strong because it has a really good special that gives you a chain buff, as well as driven, like it being one of the only driven ships in the game. So definitely find that out from Dofi's Forest. It's very, very good. The Rocket Man, it's another useful ship for zombie strats. It's nowhere near as probably like good as like these ships, to be honest. These ships are way better, especially the Kuja for free spirits, but the Rocket Man, it can see some stuff. Garp ship sucks. The Polar Tang is very powerful. If you're looking for a good slasher free spirit ship, the Polar Tang is very, very good. However, there is another ship that we will talk about that's sort of just a better version of this, except this one is free to play. Next, you've got the coded version of the Thousand Sunny. It's just a better version, in my opinion, of this Thousand Sunny. It's really good early on because that damage reduction actually comes in clutch for new players. The Kizaru Cannonball ship, it's okay. Mainly using this for the cooldowns. I'll put it in powerful for now because if you are running shooters, normally that's the ship that you will use because you do get 2 turns of cooldown, which is kind of nutty. The Mr. Luffy ship, the Bardo ship, Mr. Luffy Go, it gives strikers 1.5 times attack, and you do get cooldowns there. It's very similar to like this ship can do. It's kind of nice, but like it's kind of whatever. It has a really good special actually where it gives you threshold, so that's what makes it quite useful. Thriller Bark, it's kind of dookie nowadays, and so is the Karasumuru. I can never say it. It's the Usopp ship. Vanderdecken. Vanderdecken's quite powerful. It's a free-to-play XP ship, so definitely pick that up because it gives you 1.5 times XP. It also has the ability to reduce the enemy's defense, which can be very good for conditional boosters. So that's also very, very nice. Then we get on to the big stuff. We got Marshall D. Teacher's ship. You need one of the striker, shooter, fighter, slasher class on the team to get 1 turn of cooldown and a 1.55 attack boost. It's actually quite powerful if you do have those classes on the team. It was built for V1 Blackbeard, obviously. It's quite powerful, but it's been replaced by a lot of other ships. So for now, I think it's probably just useful. It's at the high end of useful, though. Definitely at the higher end compared to some of these other ships, but yeah, it's still very, very good. The Revolutionary Blackbird is very good. It has the ability to give you a 1.55 times attack boost as long as you have Strength, Dex, and Quick. And it gives 1 turn of cooldown on top of 1.2 times HP. So it's pretty powerful if you are running Strength, Dex, and Quick teams. And obviously with the new batch of Anniversary being all that, they are very, very good. Zunesha is a very powerful ship as well. Great for Cerebral and Powerhouse teams. I don't think it's a must-buy anymore. It makes recovery and tandem matching, as well as giving nice HP, 1.55 times attack, and makes Perfects massively easy to hit. It's definitely not a must-buy anymore because Cerebrals and Powerhouses have dropped off. But once upon a time, when Cerebrals and Powerhouse were running riot, this was just like a must-buy ship. Like, you needed this ship when it first came out. It was so good. The Sexy Foxy. The Sexy Foxy is a very, very good belly boosting ship. It increases belly by 2 times. I actually forgot to mention this in my belly boosting video, that when you are farming belly, if you're not using an Anniversary ship, this is the ship that you actually want to use, because it's very, very useful. Like, so if you're farming out belly, like, this is the ship that you need to be using. Next, we've got Laboon. Laboon's kind of dookie. He did get buffed just for funsies for April Fools, but other than that, he's kind of whatever. You've got the Nostra Castello, which makes it easy to perfect hits. But if you have a Slasher, Free Spirit, or Powerhouse character on the crew, it reduces their attack super drastically. It's super annoying to use. You get a HP cut of 3% as long as you have as long as you don't have Slashers, Free Spirits, and Powerhouse, you will be able to like get the full effects of it. But otherwise, it's just so annoying to use. This the Mama Chance is actually quite powerful. It's a very good ship because it can give a recovery orb, which is very good at getting around stuff like hunger. It's a pretty powerful ship that a lot of people use to beat like Grand Voyage at Shellstown, so that's very nice. The German ship is honestly pretty dookie, if I'm honest. You need one of every color on the team, but you get 2 turns of cooldown to start the fight. If you can use it, it's great, but like most of the time you won't. Next year, we've got the first must-buy ship, which is the Ho ship. Now, the reason this is a must-buy ship is because it gives 1.75 times XP, as well as giving 1 turn of cooldown to everyone at the start of the quest, and it gives a 1.5 times attack boost. It's the highest XP boosting ship in the game, unless it's anniversary and the ship's buffed. It's very, very good. The Miguelo is another, honestly, must-buy ship for me. This ship's really, really good because it locks orbs. Very, very powerful ability as long as your captain is Psi or Int. It also has 10% damage reduction and increases recovery. As long as your captain's Psi or Int, you get that 1.5 times attack boost, and then you have that lock orb mechanic, which is great for like wonder orbs, rainbow orbs, all that sort of stuff. Next, you got the piece of Spadile. Powerhouse free spirit fighter characters get attack boost. It's a 1.6 if you are at low HP, but nowadays, like, honestly, like, there's ships that do it so much better. The Koi ship, don't waste your time with the Koi ship. Your HP is full, you get a 1.6 times attack, but it's only for quick and in characters. The Dodge Grolf is actually pretty interesting. Gives you cooldowns for slashers and strikers, and if you have a rainbow one or matching orb, you get a 1.6 times attack boost, and it heals at the end of the turn. So it's actually pretty powerful. Slashers and strikers are pretty good classes, and it's a pretty good ship. For a free-to-play ship, it's very, very nice, but it's nothing super, super viable. Next, we've got the Shark Superb. The Shark Superb is the highest attacking ship in the game. It is absolutely fantastic as long as your captain is Strength, Dex, or Quick. You get a 2 times attack boost at the start of the quest, and you get 1 turn of cooldown, and it also makes Purpose easy to hit. After 10 turns, it will be reduced to a 1.3 times attack boost, but for stuff like Super Boss Kazuna and like Kazuna runs, this ship is absolutely elite. Like, it's so good. In Treasure Map, it's really good too. Any short form content that's like 3 stages, this ship is amazing. And anywhere you don't have to stall, this ship is going to be so good. Because once you get to the end, the ship is sitting at like a 1.81 times attack boost, provided you only take 3 turns. It's insane. Like, it's so much damage output that you get for your teams. So make sure to max that out. The Victoria Punk boosts HP at 1.2, but increases the chance of landing on tandem orbs, which can be very nice for like characters that turn them into Wano slots and stuff. But your captain needs to be Strength or Dex. And then if you have a tandem bomb, Wano, or super bomb slot, you get a 1.65 times attack boost. So it's a very good free-to-play ship, a very powerful free-to-play ship. Definitely pick it up from the Kid Forest if you're running stuff with tandems. Next, we've got the the Liberal Hind. The Liberal Hind is great if you're running all Psi characters, because you get like a 1.77. It's like a 1.71 attack boost if you're running all Psi. However, its special also gives 1 turn of cooldown for Psi. It's a very good ship. It has healing at the end of turn for 1,000. The captain gets an extra 500 recovery, and it gives cooldown. As long as your captain is a Free Spirit, Cerebral, or Slasher. So this is just a better Cerebral ship in my opinion. It's very good for Free Spirits as well, and obviously Slashers are great too. Next, we've got the Nostra Costello V2. This is another must-buy ship. Like, this ship is so good. Because if you're, like, at low HP, lower than 30%, you're a 1.7 times attack boost to Strength, Psi, and Int. And it also gives 1 turn of cooldown, gives you a 1.4 times HP buff. And if you aren't within that threshold of below 30% or at full HP, it's still a 1.55 times attack boost. So, very, very powerful ship. Very, very good. The next 2 ships are going to be must-buys as well. The Aura Jackson is probably in the contention of the best ship in the game. It makes easies a lot easier to hit, reduces the cooldown of all characters by 1 turn. It boosts Free Spirit and Slash's attack by 1.6 as a flat rate. It gives 1.3 times HP. Makes recovery and tandem orbs matching. And it has a special to remove 2 turns of paralysis. Like, it is one of the most useful ships in the entire game. And the only other ship that I use more than it is the Whale Shark ship. And the reason I use the Whale Shark ship the most, because it reduces all cooldowns by 1 turn, and then gives you a 1.6 times attack boost flat rate. You also get 10,000 HP, 10 almost become beneficial, makes it easy to hit perfects, and increases the XP you earn by 1.25. Now, it's not as good XP as the Ho ship, however, it's just a nice addition when you are just running anything, because the 1.6 is great, the cooldown's great, hitting perfects is awesome. It's all very, very handy when you are running this particular ship. So, if I was to choose any ship to pick up as a new player, if you want to play the game like heavily and level up faster, grab the Ho ship. However, the Whale Shark ship is the one I would pick up first, quickly followed by the Aura Jackson, and then probably something like the Shark Superb. Now, these we could put something. We could put you there. These 3 ships here, they're more luxury. They're more towards damage, back-ended damage and stuff like that. But they're the ones that I would pick up first. Zunesha, whilst it's very powerful, like if you compare it to some of these ships up here, I probably wouldn't grab it. These are all free-to-play ships here. These are all free-to-play. You get this from the Law Forest, this from the Hawkins Forest, this from the Kid Forest, Big Mom Forest, Dofi Forest, Kizaru Forest, Rayleigh Shop, and the Rayleigh Shop as well. So they're all free-to-play. Everything else down here is free-to-play as well. None of the ships here you can buy besides this one right here and this one right here. I wouldn't pick them up because they're actually pretty bad. So moving on to the ship modifications now, because ship mods have become such a prevalent thing, and it does take a lot of resources to get these things done. So let's break them down. Let's talk about what they do. The first one is the dinghy. The dinghy at level 12 will boost the chance of landing on their own character's types slot, boost captain's recovery by 800, and then cruise attack by 1.65, HP by 1.5, and makes it easier to land perfects. An amazing buff to a really shitty ship. Its ship effect at level 1 mod, so you got to get all 4-star mods. You reduce 1 turn of cooldown at the start of the quest, and at level 2, you get an extra turn of cooldown. Now, this is a really, really amazing level 12 ship. However, the mods to me aren't incredible. 2 turns of cooldown, like, I'm a huge cooldown slut, and for me, the amount of resources that you need to level this up, like, the 2 turns of cooldown just isn't worth it. Getting this to level 1, like, the 4-star is easy, because you just get 1 turn of cooldown on top of all that other crazy shenanigans, is really, really good. So, like, I'm going to quickly do this, because we've spoken about those other ships. The buffs you get are insane. Like, breaking that down from what the dinghy used to do, you now have a 1.65 times attack boost, you have a 1.5 times HP boost, to easy land perfects, and you get 800 recovery, like, on your captain, as well as boosting the chance to land on your own type. It's exceptional. Like, absolutely exceptional. And to get the first mod, it's very easy to do. So if you level this up, like, I wouldn't hold it against you, but remember, 15,000 cola and 20 super cola just to get to level 12. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Next, we've got the Merry Go. The Merry Go got a significant buff as well. It reduces cooldowns by 1 turn at the start of the quest. HP by 20,000, 1.65 attack boost, and makes it easier to land perfect strikes. Its first mod reduces 1 turn of despair, and its second mod reduces 1 turn of bind. It is an incredible ship. Its level 12 isn't as good as what I think the dinghy is, because the dinghy gives you much higher HP. But the difference is that you just get the cooldown straight away, which is awesome. And then having the ability to remove blind and despair it's just incredible. Those mods are actually wild. I wouldn't level this up because it's only 1 turn of blind and despair. Like, it's only 1 turn. But don't get me wrong, that's so good for stuff like auto farming teams. It works really, really well in that regard, because this is just a passive ability, by the way. It doesn't just trigger like 1 time. This is all the time. So if you get 4 turns, this will just remove it, like, every time with sockets. So you think about it as like an extra socket onto your already 3 turns, which is so strong. Like, it's so damn strong. Next, we've got the Coffin Boats, which is for slashes. It boosts slashes attack by 1.8 times, HP by 1.75, reduces captain's recovery by 700, and its mods reduce slashes cooldown by 1 turn at level 4-star, and bind by 1 turn at 5-star. Now, the cooldown is great, and the bind is awesome. The 1 turn of bind, however, I think it's just an amazing level 12. Really good attack boost. 1.8 is insanely high. 1.75 times HP is disgusting. This could open the door to a lot of other teams for Grand Voyage against Zoro, I think it is, where you need to use Mihawk, because you need a lot of HP for that particular team to function. Next, you got the Miss Love Duck. She reduces HP to 50% at the start of the quest, and then reduces cruise attack by 1.55, HP by 1.6, and if HP is 30% or below at the start of the quest, or start of attack, sorry, boost the attack by a further 1.2. So this is a lot of attack. You get the 1.55, and then it multiplies by the 1.2, which is great. 1 turn of cooldown at level 4 mods, and at level 5 reduces damage by 20% when HP is 15% or below. Honestly, this ship is like, it's not great, if I'm honest. I'm going to put it in just powerful. I don't think it's an amazing level 12, to be honest. Its mods, the cooldown's great, and it does have great damage. What's 1.55 times 1.2? Because they multiply themselves together. So if you go 1.55 times 1.2, you get 1.86. So that's pretty strong. However, if you end up comparing that to something like the Shark Superb, I just don't think it's all there. It is unconditional, but you do lose a lot of HP at the start of the quest, which could be good for some characters like Primebeard, but other than that, it's whatever. Thousand Sunny, level 12, boosts Crew's attack by 1.65, HP by 1.3, makes it easy to land perfects. Its special turns into a 2.25 times attack boost for 1 turn, and deals 100,000 damage and non-type damage to all enemy on a 9-turn cooldown, which is nuts. Ship effect level 1 reduces attack down. Ship effect level 2 reduces bind. This is crazy. Like, this is a crazy ship mod. Getting a 2.25 times attack boost just with your ship is nuts. On top of fixed damage and a 1.65 times attack boost, that makes perfects easy to hit. Very, very good. On top of that, you get 1 turn of attack down at level 4, which is disgusting. If you have this at level 5, or so level 12, and you get it to level 4, like, just be very happy. But if you get to level 5, you get bind reduction as well, which is just kind of nuts. Next, you got the Doflamingo ship, the Don Quixote ship. Boosts driven characters' attack by 1.8 times. That's huge. HP by 1.5, and makes it easy for driven hit perfects. Its special goes to a 1.0 chain multiplier for 2 turns, and then increases the chain multiplier boost by 0.2 if you already have an effect. Its mods at level 4 give driven characters 1 turn of cooldown. And then its level 2, or level 5 I should say, with the 555, gives the chain multiplier growth rate of ship special to 1.2 instead of 1.0. So, honestly, its mods kind of suck. Like, the 1 turn of cooldown is great, and I would just stop there. Like, I wouldn't even bother about getting that extra 1.2, because you're not really ever going to use this ship for, like, big bursting turns. It's just going to help you just get that little bit extra damage when you need it. So, great level 12, but unfortunately, its mods kind of suck. Next, we've got the Rocket Man. Boosts Powerhouse character's attack by 1.85, cuts the crew's HP by 30%, and heals the HP at the end of the turn, depending on the number of Powerhouse characters in the crew, up to 2,500 HP, which is a lot. Which is actually a lot, to be honest. You lose 30% HP, but like the recovery is really nice. The special goes down to 11 turns, deals 99,999 non-type damage to 1 enemy, boosts the type effects of normal attacks of Powerhouse characters by 2 times for 1 turn, and increases the type effects by 0.2 if you already have an effect. Its mods at level 4 give 1 turn of cooldown to Powerhouse, and at level 5 or level 2 you get paralysis removal by 1 turn. It's good. Powerhouse just sort of aren't super crazy. 1 turn of paralysis removal is kind of nice passively, but there's just characters that I would just bring that remove that 1 turn of paralysis as a sailor. Getting the cooldown is quite nice, because you do want this to like sort of speed farm stuff. And the fact you can get a color affinity buff at level 12 just by your ship, it's kind of crazy, honestly. Like, a 2 times color affinity is just kind of wild. Next, you got the Crow ship. At level 12, they reduce the special charge by 1 turn at the start of the quest, boost HP by 1.4, and if the crew has a strength, dex, or quick character, boost the strength, dex, or quick characters attack by 1.7, and if you have no psi or int characters on the crew, strength, dex, and quick get a further 1.1. So, a lot of attack, and the mods at level 4 give 10% damage reduction, and at level 2 give strength, dex, and quick characters 1 turn of cooldown. Now, this is the ship I've leveled up. Its attack boost is phenomenal. Like, getting the 1.7 times 1.1 is a lot of extra damage. It's a 1.87, which is essentially what the Shark Superb is after 2 turns. So it's a better version of the Shark Superb when you are running Strength, Dex, and Quick teams. However, if you're not and you're running Psi characters as well, you're still getting a 1.7 times attack boost with your ship. The downside to this ship is the mods are dookie. The cooldown's nice, but the cooldown is all luxury, and the 10% damage reduction you're never going to see. So, like, why add cooldowns and damage reduction on the same ship? Doesn't make much sense to me, but the attack boost, it's crazy, and with the anniversary batch being Strength, Dex, and Quick, it only makes sense for me to level this ship up, especially in Super Boss Casino where damage is a thing. Next, we've got the Magello. Now, the Magello, for me, is a must-buy ship. Like, it's a really, really good ship. Like, really good. So, its buffs give HP 1.4, and if the captain is Style Int, the top row characters get a 1.6 times attack boost, and then boost the middle characters' attack by 1.8, and boost the bottom row characters by 1.8 as well. So your captains get a weaker attack boost, but your sailors get a much stronger attack boost. Kind of nuts. Boosts the recovery of captains by 600 and reduces damage taken by 15%. You then reduce the slot bind by 1 turn with the special and locks the crews all for 2 turns. The ship special effect reduces 1 turn of special at the start of the quest. And then at level 2, boost the top row characters by 1.7 and reduces the duration of healing effect converted to damage by 1 turn. So the mods are kind of nice because you can get like 1.8, 1.7. However, like this is just sort of like an amazing level 12. Honestly, I wouldn't level it up though. Like this is like one of the weaker level ups. The Magello ship is more of a must buy because it's great for stuff like forests. And honestly, now that I'm sort of looking where I've put this, I'm going to bring this down to just powerful. The Magello ship, you're mainly using it for the orb lock. That's really the best place to use it for. If you're running like Psy, you're probably running this. If you're running Int, you're probably running something like this. So yeah, I do think it's probably fair to drop the Magello down. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm glad I sort of talked myself out of that. Next, we've got the piece of Spadile. For some reason, the Grudge Dolph didn't go through, but I'll add that in a second. The piece of Spadile boosts powerhouse shooters, free spirit characters, and fighter characters by 1.2 times 5 HP, 1.6 times attack. Gives them 1 turn of cooldown at the start of the quest, and boost their attack approximately by 1.8 when you're 30% or below. Kind of nice. 1 turn of cooldown at the start of the quest, and removes despair by 1 turn. So, not terrible, just not super great at all. So, I do like the despair removal. I think the despair removal is quite nice, but it's only 1 turn of despair removal, and I feel like you could just bring other characters that could just do that to sort of get you over the edge, as it's not affected by fear or anything like that. So very nice, but not something that I would definitely prioritize in terms of leveling up the mods, especially because the despair is at level, it's at level 2 or level 5, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, there's that. Alright, so to wrap up the tier list, we have the Grudge Dolph. This is a free-to-play ship that you can level up. Reduces special charge by 1 turn at the start of the quest. Boosts Slasher, Striker, and Cerebral characters' HP by 1.25. And their attack approximately by 1.75 when they have a Rainbow 1 or type slot. 1.6 times otherwise. Heals 2,000 at the end of the turn. And then mods at level 4 boost the chance of landing on character's own type. And at level 2, reduces Special Blind by 1 turn. Yeah, that's incredible. 1 turn of Special Blind is actually nuts, because that means that it just gives viability to any character that does 5 turns of Special Blind removal whenever there's 6 turns of Special Blind, and that's just mind-boggling. It's actually mind-bogglingly good. Obviously, there's other characters that can just do this, but it makes team building so much easier when you don't have to think of 6 turns of Special Blind and only 5 turns. It's a big difference. I do like these mods more because the utility is so good. And I think any ship that has utility is going to see the best of the best when it comes to their mods. But at the moment, this is what we're working with. This is what we've got. And hopefully this tier list helps you guys out. But if it does, make sure to go down there, belt the like button for me. If you're new to the channel or you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Most importantly, though, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies. Oh, in the comment section, let me know if you guys have leveled up any ships. Whatever ship you've leveled up, let me know in the comment section down there. But as always, homies, thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.